Selamat datang dan selamat sejahtera. Nama saya Saito Yukioshi dari Kedutaan Besar Jepun di Malaysia. Thank you very much for joining Japan Education Fair 2022. I'm glad to talk about Japanese government scholarships, so-called MEXT scholarships, to promising Malaysian students and distinguished guests today. At first, I'd like to say thank you very much to JAGAM for its tremendous support as always. JAGAM always gives big support for Malaysian students who are interested in Japan. I really appreciate JAGAM's valuable and tireless activities for Japan and Malaysia. As Ambassador Takahashi mentioned, Japan is so blessed with such a wonderful partner as JAGAM. What a well-organized event today's event is. I wish I could have the Gyomu Super gift as well. Because I always, every week I got Gyomu Super. So, anyway, next slide please. Let me start my presentation. Academic year in Japan is divided into 2 semesters in general. Most universities start their academic year in April and end in March. Some courses, especially English degree courses, start in September or October. So you can see some pictures here. We have 4 distinct seasons in Japan, and each one of them has its own characteristics. When you come to Japan, you can see fireworks in summer, snow in winter, and sakura in spring, as this slide shows. So this table shows countries where many students get MEXT scholarship. The middle column shows the number of MEXT scholarship students. The right side shows the percentage of this number in international students from each country. So for example, as of May in 2019, before the COVID, 227 Malaysian students got MEXT scholarship. At that time, in total, 3,000 Malaysian students studied in Japan. So the proportion of the number of MEXT scholarship students from Malaysia to Malaysian students in Japan is around 7%. But if you look at the other proportion, like, for example, Indonesia, Thailand, Bangladesh, India, Philippines, the proportion is much higher than Malaysia. So I think this shows something high potential for Malaysian students to get more chance of this scholarship. So why not apply this MEXT scholarship? For your information, approximately 1,900 Malaysian students got this MEXT scholarship since more than 40 years ago. So MEXT scholarships are comprehensive scholarships that allow students to study in Japan with a grant for living costs and tuition fees. So this is the best scholarship for Malaysian students. Through these scholarships, we expect you all to be a bridge to strengthen the tie and friendship between Japan and Malaysia, and to be a leader of Malaysia or Asia in the future. In terms of our current method of recruitment, there are mainly 2 types: embassy recommendation and university recommendation. In embassy recommendation, Embassy of Japan in Malaysia will make a preliminary selection for MEXT scholarships. So today, I will mainly introduce undergraduate and postgraduate program of the embassy recommendation. So we have 2 main types of course in the MEXT scholarships. One of them is undergraduate course on your left side. This is for students who finished SPM and who finished or are currently pursuing SDPM, UEC, or other courses, as the slide shows. Age limit is 17 to 24 years old. The other is postgraduate course on your right side. So this is for students who are degree holder with 16 years of formal education, and age limit is not exceeding 35 years old. As for stipend, you can get around 4,000 Malaysia ringgit in undergraduate and 5,000 Malaysia ringgit in postgraduate course. So you don't need to work in Japan, and you can focus on study. The number of scholarships in the past, the average of Malaysian students who were selected was actually only 2 or 3 in undergraduate in the past. However, 2 years ago, 11 Malaysian students were selected out of around 120 students all over the world, and 9 students went to Japan. And last year, 6 Malaysian students were chosen. As undergraduate students are selected through mainly global competition of written examination results. So this is the telling evidence of the high standard of education in Malaysia. As for postgraduate, approximately 26 Malaysian students are selected every year. So I really hope that we will have more applications of undergraduate and postgraduate categories next year. So this is the length of study. In April or October, you are flying to Japan. You will start to live and study in Japan for years, depending on your situation. So if you look at the left side, for undergraduate, the length of study is basically 5 years, which is 1 year language course plus 4 years bachelor degree course. On your right side, there are 2 types, non-degree and degree course. However, basically all candidates in Malaysia seek for master or doctoral degree. So in this case, usually you start with a non-degree research study, which is 6-month Japanese language course. If you pass the university entrance examination, you can be regular postgraduate students. Of course, the duration of the scholarship will be extended if academic result is excellent. So next slide shows the subject of written examination. You have to take an internal examination in English. The examination subjects depend on what course you'd like to study in Japan. So on undergraduate program, they are divided into 3 groups. These are natural science A, natural science B and C, and social sciences and humanities. For postgraduate program, it needs English and Japanese. So for your information, yes, all candidates are required to sit for Japanese language examination, regardless of Japanese language ability. However, good score in Japanese language is not necessarily required for all students. It depends on your field. For example, for social science, Japanese language abilities has much more weight. So please do not hesitate to apply this scholarship, even though you have not studied Japanese yet. If you go to the Study in Japan website by just so, you can check past examination of written examination. Now, if you check the Study in Japan website, you can see past examination in 2014 to 2016. They are published as samples of examination. So this is a field of study. This, for convenience, these are divided into 5 groups. These are natural science A, B, and C, social sciences and humanities A and B. So you can choose first, second, and third choice, basically, in either natural science and social science. Anyway, what you want to study is the most important. Regarding postgraduate program, you can study any courses as long as the courses are available at Japanese universities. So you can check Study in Japan website again to search universities and courses. In the website, you can also check which courses are conducted in English. Next slide, please. So this is the minimum qualifications. In undergraduate course, you need 9A or A plus in related subjects at SPM. You can see other requirements of UEC matriculation, foundation, and so on. So what related subjects here mean for natural science students, these are English, mathematics, and chemistry, plus physics or biology. For social science and humanities students, related subjects are English and mathematics. So it depends on what you will study in Japan. In postgraduate course, on your right side, you are required to have about CGPA 3.4 or 85%. So just for your information, if you do not meet the requirements for undergraduate, you still have a chance to get other scholarships, as Ms. Osawa introduced. And also, I think you can get high academic score in your undergraduate course. Then you can apply the postgraduate MEXT Scholarship. And for postgraduate students, of course, if you are not, if you don't meet these requirements, you still have a chance to get other scholarships. So this is application process for 2024. I'd like you to have an image of application process. So these are 3 steps by the embassy: document screening, written examination, and interview. 3 steps. So we will open the application in March or April. After you submit application forms, we will examine candidates' application forms and academic results to decide who proceeds to take our internal examination. After taking the examination in June, we will hold interview to finalize candidates for nomination to Tokyo headquarters. Nominated applications will be gathered in Tokyo from all over the world. And finally, you can get final result in December. So just for your information, as for postgraduate category, every year we have the online interview with around 80 to 100 candidates and selected 25 or 26 students. So we judged by not only one factor, but every factor actually. However, I would recommend 3 points to prepare the interview. So one is that please make a solid research plan and brush up by, for example, analyzing research paper or contacting a potential professor in Japan in advance. The second one is that it seems better to explain why your research has to be done in Japan, not in other countries, and how you are interested in Japan itself based on your experience in your life. And the third one is that please consider how to be a big bridge between Japan and Malaysia after studying Japan in order to contribute to both countries. So this is other MEXT scholarship programs. If you are current second or third year undergraduate student majoring in Japanese language or Japanese culture, you can apply Japanese studies. If you are teachers in primary or secondary school, you can apply teachers training. And this is another one, Young Leaders Program. We call it YLP, which aims to contribute to the fostering of future national leaders in Asia and other countries. This is for working adults only. So even if you have started working, you still have a chance to get MEXT scholarship. So YLP is one of the MEXT scholarship programs. There are 5 courses: business administration, you need GMAT, and the School of Government, local governance, medical administration, and law. There are 5 categories for working adults. So this is what Ms. Osawa-san introduced before, but as this is very important, I'd like to introduce again. While preparing to further your studies, you might encounter agents who emphasize that you can earn a lot of money by studying Japan. However, it is not true that, for example, you can earn 300,000 yen per month by doing part-time jobs as a student. So please look into the agent carefully. And if you intend to go to Japan to study through an agency arrangement, please do a thorough background check on the agent beforehand. So this is about employment after graduation. As the graph shows, more and more international students are getting a job in Japan. Like Gary-san. Gary-san got a job in Japan after his graduation.
Before graduation.
Before graduation. Before
11
graduation,
months,
yes.
11 months.
So for those of you interested, various recruit fairs are held and universities have placement office to support you. So why not take advantage of your experiences for your career in Japan? Next slide, please. So you can also get more information on Japanese Government Scholarship in our website, and you can send an email to us. Also, we provide free online education consultation over the year. If you are not familiar with the options available and suitable to your field of studies, please use this consultation. To make an appointment, please email us. So that's all for today. Please enjoy today's big event, and I wish everyone will choose Japan as a place to study in your future. I also hope that your efforts will be rewarded and your dreams will come true. Thank you very much for your attention.